Why oil prices explode. When war starts, $81. That's what a barrel of oil costs today. Last week, it was $67. Nothing about the oil itself changed. The wells didn't suddenly run dry. No earthquake swallowed a pipeline. No tanker vanished in the ocean. But something else happened. A war started. And within hours of that first strike, traders around the world began buying oil they don't actually own, for prices they can't fully justify, based on fears they can't completely measure. This happens every time. So today we're going to answer a simple question. Why do oil prices explode the moment a war begins, even before a single barrel is lost? Right now, as of this week, the United States and Israel are in direct conflict with Iran. Within 5 days, US crude prices surged nearly 20%. Brent crude, the global benchmark, briefly touched $85 per barrel. Some analysts believe if this conflict continues, oil could pass $100. Across the world, governments are already reacting. South Korea warned it could run out of liquefied natural gas in just 9 days. Europe's natural gas prices jumped more than 50% in a single week, and drivers are feeling it too. Gas prices in the United States climbed almost 10% in just days. But here's the strange part. The oil didn't disappear. Most of it is still exactly where it was before the conflict began, sitting underground in wells, inside storage tanks, or waiting on tankers. Nothing physically changed in the first 48 hours. So why did the price explode? To understand that, you have to understand something most people get wrong. When you see oil prices on the news, you're not looking at the price of oil being pumped out of the ground today. You're looking at the price of oil futures. These are contracts, promises, to buy oil weeks or months in the future. And futures markets don't run on facts. They run on expectations. The moment a conflict begins in the Middle East, traders across the world ask the same question at the exact same time. Will this disrupt supply? They don't need certainty. They only need probability. If there's even a small chance that supply could be interrupted, prices move immediately. And there's one place that matters more than anywhere else: the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow passage of water, only about 21 miles wide, is the most important shipping lane on Earth. Nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through it every single day. That's roughly 20 million barrels of oil moving through a tiny bottleneck between Iran and the Arabian Peninsula. When conflict threatens this corridor, the entire energy system becomes nervous. Right now, hundreds of oil tankers are waiting near that route. Not sailing, not delivering, just waiting. And the moment shipping slows, oil prices don't gradually rise, they jump, because oil markets aren't built for patience. They're built on speed, leverage, and fear. But there's another hidden factor people rarely talk about: insurance. When war breaks out near a major shipping route, insurance companies immediately raise premiums for tankers. Sometimes they refuse to insure ships at all. And a tanker captain doesn't need a missile to stop sailing. He just needs his insurance coverage canceled. No insurance means no voyage. The oil stays where it is, and the price climbs higher. Now consider the scale of what could happen. Iran produces about 3.4 million barrels of oil every day. If that supply disappeared, it would remove roughly 3% of global production. That might not sound huge. But markets don't price oil based on what is happening. They price oil based on what could happen next. Because Iran isn't the only player in this region. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates are all major energy exporters. If tensions spread across the region, millions more barrels could disappear from the global market. Some analysts estimate that if the Strait of Hormuz remained blocked for a month, hundreds of millions of barrels could be delayed or removed from supply. That's why predictions of $100 oil suddenly become realistic. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Markets also have a long history of overreacting. During past conflicts in the region, oil prices spiked dramatically and then quickly collapsed once it became clear that supplies were still flowing. In other words, sometimes the panic is temporary. But this time feels different to many analysts, because the incentives inside Iran have shifted. When governments feel cornered, they often turn to their most powerful leverage. And for Iran, that leverage isn't nuclear weapons, it's geography. Control over the Strait of Hormuz. The stakes of that choke point are enormous. China, India, Japan, and South Korea together import nearly 70% of the oil that passes through the strait. If shipping there stops, some of the world's largest economies immediately feel the pressure. Countries start searching for alternative suppliers. Strategic reserves get opened. Energy markets tighten. And suddenly, the ripple spreads far beyond the Middle East. Higher oil prices mean higher transportation costs. Higher transportation costs mean higher prices for goods. Higher prices mean inflation. And inflation forces central banks to keep interest rates high, which means mortgages stay expensive, car loans stay expensive, business borrowing stays expensive. A missile fired thousands of miles away can end up affecting a monthly payment on a house. That's how connected the global economy really is. So here's the bigger picture. Oil prices surge during wars because the entire global energy system relies on one fragile assumption: that a narrow strip of water in the Persian Gulf will always remain open. Every government knows this vulnerability exists. Every energy strategy report has warned about it for decades. Yet the world economy, worth tens of trillions of dollars, still depends on this single choke point, 21 miles wide. Right now, ships are waiting there, markets are watching, and the entire world economy is holding its breath. Which raises a deeper question. Maybe the real mystery isn't why oil prices spike during wars. Maybe the real mystery is why we built the modern global economy on top of a shipping lane that one country could close at any moment. And why, after decades of warnings, we still haven't found a way around it.